Okay. Okay, today we're here with Jesse Turner from Signal. This is Tejano Nation, Maria Elena Villarreal. And
welcome to my house.
Thank you. We're here basically to set the record straight because I
Absolutely.
know you've been going through some really hard times with the stolen equipment back in September. And I'm from San Antonio, and I know that they just said that they caught the guy responsible for stealing the equipment, and it's a big story. I'm sure it's still a long process.
It's a long process.
And we also did see that you initiated a GoFundMe to help out with the financial stress that you've been going through for 2 months. So tell us something more about that. So, because some people are a little confused as to, did you get the equipment back? Did you not get the equipment back? How can we help you as a community?
Okay, so let me start from the beginning, right? It was the ending of, I believe, September, and we had just played in Fremont, and we had rented a U-Haul. When we rented the U-Haul, we also bought the insurance for it. Why did we rent a U-Haul? Was because our bus had broken down in Florida right before that hurricane hit over there.
Right.
So we came with our system in a U-Haul, and every weekend we were having to load the equipment. So when we played in Fremont that weekend, we had a U-Haul, a driving U-Haul. The U-Haul, when we were done, they went and parked it at our storage, which is also our office. And that morning, between the times of 4:30 and 8 o'clock, it was gone. Wow. We had no idea. We had no idea till in the evening, because everybody went home to go sleep and go rest, and all this time had passed, and yeah, the U-Haul was gone. So somebody broke the lock in the back. They looked to see what was inside. They closed it. They broke the window of the driver's side, from what I have understood, right? And they hot wired the U-Haul, and they took off in it. Wow. And I believe this individual that they caught he was on camera. The storage unit has cameras all over the place. Right. The hotel across the street also had surveillance, and there was surveillance everywhere he traveled. He was followed. Right. So that's how they were able to. Me imagino que that's how they were able to catch him, because créeme que aquí en este sofá que está atrás de mí, in the sofa that's behind me, I cried and I prayed and I said, man, give us an update. Like, I want to know something. I want to know what's going on. And time just kept passing by. Right across on the other side is where I made the video on Facebook, where I said, you can steal everything, but you cannot steal my dream, and you cannot steal my drive, and you cannot steal the love that I have for music, and no me van a quitar las ganas. I'm going to still fight for what I believe in. Within that video, when I recorded that video, I also said, there's people asking me to create a GoFund, but it didn't make any sense to make a GoFund right there and then. Why? Because I knew that we had U-Haul insurance. Right. And I knew that you have to allow the law to go through its process. You have to let them go through their process.
Yes, I remember initially when you came out and you did your statement about what had happened, people were asking, let's start a GoFundMe for you, and you were totally against it. You're like, no, let's just wait and let the law do its job, and let's see what happens at that point.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because this is the exact same thing that happened with my son. When my son had his accident in 2016, people were like, hey, let's make some type of fundraiser. I don't know if there was GoFund back there or not, but in those days, but they were like, let's do this and let's do that. And I'm like, no, wait a second, The government offers help for my son. And if you take outside donations or outside help, those programs wouldn't have helped my son. ¿Entiendes? So I know the steps of how this works. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to allow the law and the San Antonio Police Department. I have a feeling they're going to catch him, because it's so much stuff. Yeah. There's no way they can't find him.
What kind of stuff are we talking about?
You're talking about so many lights, an RCF system, RCF lows, a screen, a video wall screen.
Speakers.
Speakers. It's just a lot of gear. It's a lot of cables as well. Right. Also, we had $18,000. We had just taken out $18,000 worth of merchandise, which is T-shirts, boxes, and ammo cases of merchandise. Right. And all that was inside that U-Haul. And RCF equipment is not cheap.
No.
You know, I had Bobby Pulido tell me, man, that I can't believe they haven't found your equipment because it's not just anywhere. And so you know what? As time went on, I told people, hey, thank you, but right now it's not the time to make a GoFund. Al contrario, me voy a ver mal. I feel that I'm going to look wrong if I do this. Let me go through the process. I came across U-Haul. U-Haul, you have to read the fine print, my friends. Unfortunately, we did it. You know, we thought it said theft. Yeah, it says theft, but not in the way it happened with us. Like the U-Haul would have had to have been burned with our equipment inside. Our situation does not fit in the category of that insurance policy that we had for our sound system. Very unfortunate. And then the next question I know is that people have been asking is, well, didn't you have insurance for the equipment at all? Well, 2 years ago we had some bad management that led us to have to start all over again, which again, like I was fine with it. We bought all this equipment. We got it from Los Angeles, California. We brought in the sound system and the lighting. It wasn't the $250,000 yet. Mm-hmm. Throughout the course of the last year, we've been adding more lights. Right. We've been adding stuff, and we've been just adding and adding, which amounts to that. With the merchandise, it's over $250,000.
Right.
But it wasn't that much in the beginning. It was like $160,000 worth of equipment with the basic structure of an RCF sound system.
Because your shows are pretty big. I mean, for the fans that don't understand, I mean, you play at pretty big places that require the big lights, the big speakers and whatnot. So you can imagine how much that was.
So they asked if I had insurance for it. When we started 2 years ago, I said, we can't afford the insurance. We can't. You want me to be honest with you? This is the way it is. You know what? We'll just get through it for now. Let's just get through it. You never anticipate for anybody to steal your equipment. Yeah, like there's other things that can happen, like it can rain and stuff like that. But for that, we have covers. Speakers are like waterproof, and lights are always underneath. We know when it's going to rain. We need to start tearing certain things down that are not waterproof.
Right.
That's really what you need insurance for. I never thought I'd be needing insurance for it to get stolen. And even then, we would have still put insurance, but we had to finish paying it off.
Were any of your instruments in there?
Our personal instruments were all with us.
Okay, good.
The other bus, that's what it carries. It carries the risers. It carries a lot of the other gear. They didn't steal none of the instruments, the drums, the bass, the bajo, the accordions. Gracias a Dios, that was somewhere else. I don't even want to say where it's at. It was just not in that U-Haul. And that was a positive, right? Pero it's come to the point where I've been here, you know, praying to God, like, ¿qué hago? Y a mí soy una persona de mucha pena. Like, I don't like to ask for help. I like to work for it, you know.
What made you last night, after the gentleman that was charged with it, he's sitting in jail now, what made you decide last night that I think it's time that I ask the community for help?
That I felt broken. It's hard. Especially when they don't have any answers for you. Well, where's your equipment? I don't know. You know, you still want to look for the equipment, but like, I'm still praying that you think like anybody with, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but anybody that's been through these moments, a month and a half later, do you think that it's still sitting somewhere? No. You know, it's not easy. And people are so easy, you know, like to, no me duele lo que la gente tiene que decir. What people have to say about me doesn't hurt me. What hurts me is knowing that I have to start all over, and it's a struggle. It's a battle. It's an upward battle. Am I down for it? Yeah, I'm down for it, but I wish I wasn't. You know? I wish I wasn't. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that they didn't do anything to me or my friends. And like, I have no idea who this guy is or what any of this is about. Again, the investigators won't tell me anything. I think this is the end of it, right? Because I've asked, do you know where my sound system's at? They they won't give you any answers.
So for the people in the community out there, you have not received your merchandise back.
Our merchandise, no.
None of your equipment, lighting.
The equipment, what they found, what was the little that they tried to sell. Yes, we have it, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. And last night I put up a GoFund of $100,000.
Right.
Do I think I'm gonna reach it? No. But do we still have to make payments on the equipment? Absolutely.
Right.
What am I gonna do about a new sound system? Everybody thinks that we just have money sitting in the bank. It doesn't work like that. You know, you have operating money to operate every weekend and to help you when you get into these binds of, like, in other words, we still have a loan on that equipment. How are we going to go get another loan?
Right. So how are you guys performing now without your equipment?
There's a gentleman by the name of Leon. Mm-hmm. He's got LG Productions and Entertainment out of San Antonio, Texas. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of other people that offered us their equipment. DJs. I mean, people are so kind. And you can just take it, Jesse. At a company out of Houston, take all of our gear. Just you don't have to give me anything, because they know that it's not easy to recover equipment. Ask the guy from Los Pescadores. Yeah. Le robaron todo. Like they also stole in San Antonio as well.
Yeah, almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think they didn't have equipment, but they had, their amplifiers. They had their boards. They have 4 boards. I know they had instruments. Unfortunately, they never found it. I feel that they really should have, put it out there. I did, because I have a lot of friends. Right. I have a lot of friends everywhere. How do I have a lot of friends? Because I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of charity work. I've done things that people don't even get to see. And I do it the way these people have been donating to me. That's how I do it. How is that? With my heart and without judgment. People are always so quick to judge, right? People are always so quick to and what about this? They want to become investigators, and they want to become instigators, instead of just saying, "Chingado, pobrecito." Yeah. Pobre los muchachos de signo, they have to start all over. And I have thick skin. I do. What they say doesn't make me or break me, but I have enough. How can I say it? I have enough respect, even for the negativity, for me to come on here and address it and tell you that sometimes there's just things that you're never going to understand until you sit in this chair, until you sit in my position, until you know all the way this business runs and the way this business works, and all the things that I've been through trying to recuperate it.
So what do you want to say to the community that wants to help you, but, with the holidays coming up, they may not be able to help you the way they want to? What do you say to them?
Come out to the shows. Come out to the shows, buy our merchandise.
Share your link?
Yeah, if you can send $5, $1, whatever, share the link. Share the link with your friends.
And there is only one GoFundMe.
There's only one GoFund, and it's the one that's got, ahí va creciendo poquito a poquito the amount. And even with that, I'm so grateful. Even with that is a lot of help. I know I'm not going to reach the 250,000. And if you notice, imagínate si hubiera puesto, the goal is $250,000. Cállate, no, pues. De por sí, 100 is just for me to be very honest and just, help me get past the payments of the equipment, and maybe perhaps get started with something small, because again, we had old boards that were there. We had some old stuff, but we need to start all over, and that's the bottom line. And I'm grateful for everybody again that's donated. I always have siempre tengo las bendiciones y un angelito that's always my aura. Right. Mamá. Las bendiciones de mi madre. My mom tells me, no te preocupes, mijito. Todo va a estar bien. Dios es muy grande, nomás no pierdas la fe. I don't. But is it a struggle? Absolutely. And I know there's people that also have seen my page and they're like, man, I'm over here trying to make a GoFundMe for my dad, for my mom. I get it. And I sympathize for you. Créeme que I'm sorry. I wish I could help everybody. But these people that are donating to my cause are people that have known me throughout my whole life. They're people that have known me throughout the course of my Signo life, Estilo days, Los Gavilanes, like Intento, like you name it, all the people that I've helped, all the people that I've touched. Again, I've done so much that I know people are always willing to help. So no, we haven't recovered our equipment. But again, I'll say it again like I did in the beginning, but if you know of anything of where it might be, or if you have any information, please reach out to the San Antonio Police Department. Any leads will help. But at this point, we're like, this is where I'm at, and this is what I need. So, from the kindness of my heart, thank you, Tejano Nation. Thank you, the viewer, my friends. Que Dios los bendiga. And those that gave, que Dios les multiplique con mucho más. Gracias.